Now, your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
And showers and thunderstorms across the area this afternoon. Viper 13 real-time radar showing the heaviest rain east of I-95, closing in on the Grand Strand with a couple areas of thunderstorms. Heavy rain down in Georgetown. This is pushing offshore. Across the PD, it's been a little quieter today, just a few scattered showers, but we'll continue to have that chance for rain overnight tonight. There's still a lot of rain back to our west, and that is generally pushing in our direction. We do have a flood watch in effect through tomorrow, mainly east of I-95. Many places will see 2 to 4 inches of rain, and we will continue to have the rain showers and storms overnight tonight through tomorrow. I'll have a look at when we're going to dry out coming up in a few more minutes.
Coverage you can count on at 5 starts now.
Right now on News 13 at 5, bond has been set for the wife of the former pastor of Pawleys Island Church after her arrest this morning.
Plus, how one community in Florence is coming together after a recent string of shootings in the area, why organizers feel it will bring healing next.
The federal investigation into the parasite that's causing explosive symptoms is growing. I'm Rashad Hudson in Washington, and I'll share more coming up.
Thanks for joining us for News 13 at 5. I'm Jordan Titus, and for Adriana Lawrence.
And I'm Annette Pegler. Well, the Pawleys Island Community Church investigation involving a registered sex offender who volunteered there took another turn today.
And just 3 days after appearing in bond court, Ginny Williams was arrested again on a new charge connected to the case. News 13's Cameron Townsend was at today's bond hearing.
On Tuesday, Williams walked out of Georgetown County Detention Center after posting bond. And today, she was back in custody after investigators announced she's been charged with unlawfully putting a child at risk. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office says this charge is based on new evidence uncovered during their ongoing investigation. Williams appeared before the same judge who handled Tuesday's bond hearings. Today, he set her bond for $25,000 with no additional conditions. Deputies say investigators confirmed through multiple witness statements that she held a supervisory role over operations at both the Pawleys Island Community Church and its Christian Academy.
That was Cameron Townsend reporting. Williams, along with her husband, former pastor Don Williams, and Nikki Howard, former director of Pawleys Island Christian Academy, have all been accused of allowing convicted sex offender Warren Perry access to children. Don Williams and Howard are also charged with obstruction of justice, unlawfully placing a child at harm, and criminal conspiracy. Cameron will have more details tonight on News 13 at 6. You can head over to our website, WBTW.com, to read the full case.
We're now hearing from one of the residents at Carolina Forest apartment complex where a recent shooting took place. Horry County Police say the incident happened just before 6:30 last night on Village Center Boulevard near River Oaks Drive. They add that the victim was taken to the hospital with injuries that were not believed to be life-threatening. News 13 spoke with one resident about what she witnessed after that shooting.
And then I was walking and I just saw a bunch of blood on the sidewalk, and I honestly thought it was like someone got in a fight and someone broke their nose or something, but I didn't know it was a shooting until today.
And News 13's Livy Payne will have much more on this story coming up tonight on News 13 at 6.
Florence County deputies say 2 men have been arrested in connection with the theft of commercial trucks. Deputies say North Carolina residents Andre Jump and Prince Betts face multiple charges, including 9 counts of grand larceny. According to investigators, Jump and Betts are accused of stealing 9 commercial motor vehicles in the Florence area between November 2022 and October 2025. The stolen vehicles had an estimated total of $876,500. Both men were released from jail, but police say more arrests are possible.
New at 5, a community walk aimed at bringing neighbors together was held today in Florence following recent shootings there. Those shooting incidents in the Clement Street area led the Florence Police Department and community leaders to hold this event. News 13's Eric Cooper was there today and has the details.
The point of the Care Walk is to have community leaders meet with community members that might have been impacted by crime in their neighborhood. The Clement Street area has seen its share of shootings and violent incidences that have been reported around the Mordecai C. Johnson Park. Florence police released video in April after gunshots were fired and 8 people faced charges. No one was reported hurt. but the Community Assistance Recovery and Engagement, or CARE initiative, brought together the Florence Police Department, PD Mental Health, and faith leaders to ensure that a variety of resources were available. Pastor Jeremy Plowden with Bible Way Temple of Faith was one of the faith leaders that walked door to door offering services to those that may need it.
I think it's important that this is done with law enforcement and the faith leaders so that we can come out and know the community in which we serve. It's one thing to show up when there's a crisis or when there's an emergency, but to show up when it's a normal day, when there's nothing happening, when there's no outcry, just to let the people know that they're loved, that they're heard, and that you're available to them. It shows them that you really care.
Care walks are done in neighborhoods that have seen a rise in crime. Coming up at 6, hear more from community leaders and community members about the importance of getting to know each other. Reporting in Florence, Eric Cooper, News 13.
Grand Strand Health rewarded United Way of Horry County with a $25,000 grant award from the HCA Healthcare Foundation. This grant will help implement the Healthy Communities Institute platform, a shared public-facing data system that offers real-time localized data on health, social, and economic indicators. News 13 spoke with Blakely Roof, President and CEO of United Way of the Horry County, about the excitement she has partnering with the HCA and shared some of the history she's had working with them.
To be able to partner with HCA on this is huge. We've worked with them since the 70s when they came here. We've always had a great relationship, and when they reached out about us applying for this, it was a great fit. We've been able to leverage the funds to hopefully, get some more funding to make it really good, and we hope to launch it here in the next few months, and we're really excited.
You'll hear more from Roof and what the check will be used for coming up on News 13 at 6.
Well, summer is almost over and a new school year is about to begin for students in Florence 1 schools. The Florence County Sheriff's Office says that deputies will be out to enforce the laws designed to keep children safe as they travel to and from school. They urge drivers to be on the lookout for children, buses, and school zone traffic as the district transitions from casual summer to school time activities. And Florence School District 3 will welcome students back to school next Thursday as well. State Superintendent of Education Ellen Weaver will visit Lake City Early Childhood Center on this day.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And traffic not too bad right now on 501 between CCU and Carolina Forest. Just the occasional slowdowns at the traffic lights. No issues right now on 544. Drive times along the Grand Strand on 501 from Carolina Forest to CCU. That'll take 16 minutes. 17 in both directions along the Grand Strand. Moving a little bit slower than normal. Florence area looking okay. No problems in town right now. I-95 moving along nicely. Currently on 95 from TV Road to 76. That'll take 9 minutes. Palmetto from 5 Points to Irby Street will take 4 minutes. And 52 from Palmetto to I-95 will take 7 minutes.
Thanks, Frank. The FDA and CDC are expanding their investigation into a growing multi-state outbreak causing explosive symptoms.
Washington, D.C. correspondent Rashad Hudson reports.
The Psychospores outbreak is growing, and so is the investigation. Federal health officials say new cases have been identified in 4 more states: Illinois, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania. That brings the total to 9. The CDC says the parasitic illness is linked to shredded iceberg lettuce. Taylor Farms issued a recall of its iceberg lettuce.
That lettuce obviously came into the supply chain from Mexico.
The outbreak is also renewing scrutiny over the nation's food safety system. News Nation's Blake Berman asked Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins about those concerns.
The food supply remains the best, the safest, the most affordable in the world, and will continue to do so.
Federal investigators say more than 1,900 people have reported infections. The FDA has issued a nationwide recall of the suspected lettuce.
FDA is getting their arms around, want to better understand what happened and how to make sure we're protecting America, and that's what we will continue to do.
Health officials say the parasite can cause prolonged diarrhea, stomach cramps, and nausea. And it's making some shoppers proceed with caution.
Definitely does make me think twice. I don't know. It's like you gotta really just be careful on what you're eating.
The FDA says it's working with Mexican authorities, importers, and distributors to identify the source of the contamination and prevent additional illnesses. Rashad Hudson, News Nation, Washington.
Tonight, it is take 2 for the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington. Secret Service is promising beefed up security at tonight's dinner, which will take place at a different hotel in Washington following the chaos that erupted at April's White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, the White House says the president's speech will stick to the dinner's comedic tradition. Officials say it will be a, quote, unifying yet vicious and serious yet hilarious.
We're not looking at this as a redo of a dinner. We're looking at this as a presidential site with cabinet members and other protectees there.
According to the FBI, the gunman who breached security back in April is now charged with attempting to assassinate the president, checked into the host hotel just days before that event.
The Trump administration is imposing new tariffs on dozens of countries today after the global 10% tariffs expired overnight. The new tariffs range from 10 to 12.5% and impact about 60 countries that the Trump administration says have failed to enforce bans on goods produced by forced labor. That's on top of the other tariffs the White House already imposed, like 25% levies on some Brazilian goods and 50% tariffs on most Canadian exports.
We are committed to continuing to use tariffs and to negotiate deals to support the reindustrialization of our economy, protect American workers, and increase their wages and shrink our trade deficit.
The White House says it may yet impose additional tariffs on top of the ones that went into effect today.
And showers and thunderstorms developing across the area today, producing some heavy rain for some of us. I'll have a look at how much rain we're going to see through the weekend coming up.